Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Lemon Drops Podcast. I am your co-host Nick.
I'm the other co-host TJ, and
And
we are here with someone.
With a person, we have another person on the podcast again. A very tall person with wavy hair.
He has good hair.
He has beautiful hair.
Guys, you're making me blush. Stop it.
I know,
We're
we're
not
so
gonna stop
kind, aren't we?
because that's what we do here. We make people blush. That's all.
Because we make people feel good about their sad, miserable. No, we're just kidding.
We're not awful people. Zach, you're on the podcast.
I am.
That's extraordinary.
My life has peaked. I don't need to do anything now.
Yeah, you can just go
Mhm.
lay on
Your life has
bed
been
and
completed.
sleep.
Go commit die. Can I say that?
It's time for you to go commit die.
Commit death.
You have to go commit eat chips sideways. This is the most funny podcast on the internet, if you didn't know.
You know it all the way. No cap.
TJ,
No cap, no stack.
No cap, no stack.
So, what do you got for me?
What do you have for us?
yeah, what do you
Nothing.
have for
I
okay.
bring nothing.
He brings nothing.
Well, that's the end of the
To the
podcast,
table.
folks.
We'll buy a table, by the way, so it's
You're-
a funny pun.
You're an idiot, TJ.
You're welcome.
I want you to leave the room.
What-
We're
Zach?
great at doing this.
We currently are in our own studio.
No,
A empty
single room.
storage room
it's
on
not
the
a-
side of freezer that just turned on. So, background hum. Very nice.
This
It
is
is
the
very
most
nice. Thank
professional
you.
studio. We're in the middle of moving.
The most is professionalist.
The most is professionalist. Zach, we're just gonna jump right into it. What
Okay.
is your dream job?
My dream job, probably either civil engineer or, yeah, that's about it. Civil engineer.
It's about the worst job in the
Explain that.
world.
What is it?
The
So-
civil
For
engineering
For the
is
young
like-
people who don't know what that is.
Okay, TJ. The civil engineer is basically a lot of cities. So you're designing, planning out cities, bridges, things like that. Structural engineer is kind of the same thing, except that's more architecture, like bridges as well, and buildings, things like that. So either one would work, but civil is more city, and I like cities, so
Are you going to get that job, or is that
No,
just something you
no.
want? Yeah,
that's requires college, and I'm too lazy for that.
that is.
But you could do it.
I could,
You
yes.
could potentially get your dream job.
I could potentially get my dream job, but I refuse to.
But I refuse to because I'm lazy.
Yes, correct.
Zach, you do a bit of gaming, just a tad bit,
A tad bit.
a tad little bit. What about gaming do you like, and why do you do it so tad bit?
Well, it's different game. I do different games for different reasons.
Mhm.
My favorite game, Dota 2, I like playing because it's it's hard, it's complicated, it's fun. It's something that
It's a challenge.
it is a
exercises your
challenge.
brain
It's a
and-
challenge. It's something I sit down and there's a lot of strategy in that, but it's not strategy where it's like chess where you have
It's
a
like-
a
it's-
board, you sit down, it's like real time, like you
Yeah.
must react to the moves by the enemy. You have to think, okay, where am I supposed to be now? And if you don't know what the game is, it's kind of pointless to say these things because
Yeah.
but it's a complicated game, and that's
It's a
what I
good
like.
game. I've played
is.
it. I
It
love
is a good game, TJ.
It's a complicated game.
It is a complicated game. But, and then there's also, if I play something like Satisfactory or actually I don't even play, what do I play anymore?
Do you play World Tanks?
A little bit.
I
but
love
that's
that game. I've been playing that game.
like,
That's also
I-
a game about strategy.
nah, yeah, I don't know, really. I mean, it's
Age
a
of
lot more.
Empires?
Yes, I like Age of Empires. That's just a lot of button pressing.
Yeah, Satisfactory. I love that game. I recently got it, and I've been playing it a lot. And it's just a game that I can sit down and I can play for hours on end and not get bored.
Yeah,
Like-
that's pretty nice.
You can just play. Like I'll just put on a podcast and just play the
Yeah.
game, and it is relaxing and it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's not like stressful like some other games like Dota.
Mhm.
And it's just it's a relaxing game.
No.
And one of the things I like about it is like you can also easily play with friends, and then that just makes it like
Yeah.
it just makes it a fun little realm.
Another thing about Satisfactory for me is like, so like I got to what tier? I just unlocked the pipelines.
Oh, I'm on
Yeah,
tier 6.
yeah. That's pipelines are what, tier 4, I think.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, to get the efficient like smelting,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I just saw like a screenshot of yours, and like just seeing the screenshot, I can tell it's. I mean, no offense, but it's not very
Yeah.
efficient, and
It's not.
that's fine. But like for me,
Oh, that was
I'm like, if
You
it's
can
not
see it now.
efficient, it just bothers me, and so it's a game where I actually have to sit and think a lot,
Uh-huh.
and especially right where I just unlocked pipelines, and that's like a whole nother dimension
Yeah, like
of.
since then I've completely revised my thing, and
yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
cool. I have storage systems, and it's
Yeah.
just a whole nother thing now, and it's really cool. For those who don't know, Satisfactory is a game where like you are a person on another world. You get sent there to exploit the natural environment and make massive factories to send up into space to the mother world,
Yes.
supposedly Earth. And it's a very fun, cool game. Kind of like it's not exact. It's not. There's another game.
Factorial.
Yeah, that's another game kind of like that. Actually, it's pretty like that,
Yeah.
but 2D.
Like the same concept, just different implementation. Oops. Oh, that's not me.
Um, there's a game called something about space
Space
something.
Engineers?
Space Engineers. Is
Yeah.
that the one you were on? Another
Yeah,
planet?
I had that.
That game is, that's just another game where you're just trying to get off the planet.
Not necessarily. You're. I don't play that game because it's too. Like it. Their tutorial system is not good at all. Like if you want to play it, you have to sit down and basically read the entire wiki and like figure out, okay, what's, like it's not. Like Satisfactory does a pretty good job of you can just kind of jump in and it gradually, but
Mhm.
Space Engineers just slaps you down the middle, and now you have to figure out how to build things in space. And it's
Mhm.
because it's in space, it's a lot. There's a lot more punishing. Like you have to worry about gravity. You have to worry about
Yeah.
all this.
And you have to
all the
worry about
junk.
oxygen.
It's
and-
yeah. It's not a. So
See-
I just never got into it.
Satisfactory is fun because like you don't need any, like there's no consequences really.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's absolutely no consequences. Like
Yeah.
you could just run around and then explode.
Yeah.
You don't really need to do much, and
It's purely a.
it's purely like a sandbox.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And with a massive generated world that is
It's
just
very large. Yes.
beautiful world.
Yeah.
It's lovely. TJ, you're quiet. What do you think
Yeah.
about Satisfactory?
Sounds fun. I'm not rich enough to buy it because I mean, the
'Cause
real
you're
question
poor.
is, do you do any mobile gaming?
I do not.
Oh, no one does mobile gaming. I'm the only one.
No one's as poor as you, TJ.
Oh, I
I'm a
had
big fan of-
Heyday for a little bit, or I mean, I still have it, but I don't play it anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
Heyday.
That's about it.
I'm a
Zach?
mobile gamer.
Besides video games, what do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? I do a lot of things for fun.
Oh, really?
Let me think here.
I do a lot of things for fun.
So, I think my main hobbies are music, clothes, like interior design, architecture, reading, cars. Let's see here. Basically anything to do with audio.
See, I never knew that you were into music and stuff like that. I've never
I didn't either.
never known that about you.
What do you mean?
Like you said, like music and stuff and music creation. Like I never knew you were into that.
Yeah.
I didn't either. I've known you for a long time. I never knew that.
I've known you for many years, and I've never heard that. of
You never looked past the surface, guys.
You never dug
You
deep.
need, yeah, exactly.
You never got off your computer.
There's more to people than meets the eye. You need to learn that. I'm
We're
very
just supposed to
deep
stand
soul.
above you in your room and watch you. Your every move.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. even when I'm not in my room.
Also, I didn't know that you like do you actually do like interior design, or is that just
No,
like something
no,
that you
that's just
do for
something I
fun?
like. I
You
like.
like doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
you have a lot of
studying.
good hobbies. You could do something.
What do you mean?
Like
You could,
cars.
like-
You not too long ago you bought a Honda Civic hatchback,
Yeah.
an old one,
Yeah.
and you've been fixing that up. How's
Yep.
that been?
Interesting because I don't know a lot about cars. That's kind of why I've got it to
Mm-hmm.
learn about it, and so there's a lot of speed bumps because there's problems that I don't know how to fix, and so I have to
Mhm.
learn how to fix it. So it takes a while. The last thing I did was grind right through my brake lines.
Ooh.
So now I have to patch and fix those.
Sounds fun. Well, you don't need
It's
those.
it's not fun. And yes, you do need those. I sliced right through one and then like halfway cut the other one. And I was like, well, how bad could this possibly be? So I just taped it up, turned the car on, pressed the brake, and they just exploded. I mean, it ripped the tape. So yeah, I'm kind of
Sounds interesting.
But like having a car as your hobby sounds like an actually really fun hobby.
It is.
yeah.
Like cars are.
Like
And-
when you're done with like so for something like you bought like a pretty beat up car, like, and then when you're done and you finish this final project and it's done, like you get that satisfaction of knowing that you fixed this thing
Yeah.
up and this
Yeah.
is like a beautiful piece of machinery that you
Well, beautiful, but-
fixed.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I got it to learn and to expand my knowledge of cars because I don't know very much. So, it's I like a lot of things, and like even I have a lot of hobbies that aren't even like. They're like the small niche things, like keyboards, for example.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I mean, unless you're just into it, keyboards aren't really a hobby, but
Yeah.
yet it's something I enjoy. That, if I had $1 million, I'd have a keyboard collection.
Yeah,
But stuff like that.
I love keyboards as well. Like they're just really neat in that how many different variants and how like you can customize them to your exact
different
taste.
switches. I
like-
want to build one from like the frame, like
Mhm.
solder the switches, but that sounds like a lot of work. And
I was gonna do that, but then I'm like, no, and I
Nah.
spend all my money on other things.
yeah, and it's expensive too. But
It's like $300
A good- a
for
good-
proper
It's expensive to
keyboard.
build a keyboard.
yes, a good
Okay,
one.
here
I did
you
not
have
know
to buy
that.
you have to buy a machined aluminum frame, or if you want, you can get a machined aluminum frame. There's lights.
You have
There's
to buy all the
keycaps. there's
keycaps, switches.
And if you want multiple switches, that's like expensive.
Yeah.
Because you can't just like order 3 of these and 37 of these.
Yeah.
Like, you have to buy
like sets.
$700. and
Yeah.
it's
The
expensive.
last I heard, there's not a lot of switches on a keyboard. What do you mean by switches? Is
Switches
that
are
the thing
like
under
the buttons.
cap?
So like
Underneath the
your
cap-
keycap is like the actual thing you
Mhm.
touch, but underneath is a switch that when you press on the keycap, it goes
It
down
actuates and then it sends a signal to your computer.
and says, "Hey, he
telling
just
you
pressed Q."
He pressed.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so that way, that's why different keyboards sound different because they have different types of switches.
Yeah, if you've
I've, and actually, only mechanical keyboards even have switches.
Yeah.
Your cheapo keyboards have what are
Memory.
called rubber dome,
yeah,
where it's
memory.
literally just like a little rubber that just presses down and closes the
I've
circuit.
seen those before.
Yeah, they're like the El Cheapo Logitech that everyone uses.
Mm-hmm.
What's
and
wrong with Logitech?
they're garbage.
Garbage.
Keyboards anyway.
I-
But that's why mechanical keyboards have actual switches that click and clack, and then you can
And they're
get.
beautiful sounding. Like
Yes,
absolutely
very
lovely.
much.
Like
I've
I've-
heard some other really good sounding keyboards.
like
Yeah.
Zach's one keyboard. I
The
forget.
greens.
Yeah, those greens.
The
are
MK
just,
greens are the best.
I love. I remember the first time I played on them. Like I think you were gone and you said
Excuse me.
no, and you said I could, and I played TF2 with Denver, and those things. Oh, the actuation is just.
It's very nice.
Mwah.
It's very nice. It's not like the blues feel so flimsy, clicky.
The
Like
blues-
I'm
the
I'm
blues are-
using blues right now, and they're
Yeah.
not terrible.
I have some
But-
blues that I use, and they're actually.
I
I
need-
like them. They're like the
Yeah.
cheaper variant of the greens, and they're less actuation force, but
Yeah.
God, they sound so, like, it's just
Chef's kiss.
yes. Like
Mwah.
I can be, but like how I play, like I can be playing downstairs, and people upstairs can hear my keyboard.
Is that the keyboard you have now?
yeah,
Which are blues?
Blues. Yes. Blue.
You should put some O-rings on them.
No, I love the sound.
I don't like actually
Right
the
now, I don't have the most expensive keyboard. I plan to upgrade in the future, but right now I just slap some new caps on like a pre-built or a cheaper one, and I have a keyboard.
the keyboard I have now. They're blues, but they're not. I think they're blues with O-rings,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that because it's still a nice click, but it's not so obnoxiously loud.
I've also heard some very loud keyboards too.
Yeah.
If I try hard enough, you could hear my keyboard from across the house.
Should have brought my keyboard and we could play in front
Yes.
of
ASMR.
The new
ASMR.
instrument. Wait, I guess keyboard is almost an instrument. But
Have you seen? There's a company called Lumi. Have you heard of them before?
the mic. No.
They make like audio equipment and like or not
Lumi?
Lumi. They make really cool custom keyboards, and they make this one completely custom audio device. They call it a C-board. It's like a piano, but the keys are rubber mesh, and they can sense how, like, where your force is on the keys, and then it changes the sound. So like if you wiggle your finger on one of the keys, it'll be like mew mew mew, and they make a really cool sound, and it's just really cool, and I'd like some, but they're also very expensive.
Yeah. Cool things are usually expensive. That's how it works.
I choose
Yeah.
to just waste my money on Subway. No, it was a joke. I've only
is it though?
I've spent probably
I
in the
love
last year. I've
Subway.
spent probably $400 on Subway. It's bad because there's one like literally 300 feet from work,
Yeah.
so
It's a lot more than 300 feet.
it's like 700 feet.
Over double what you just said.
Shoosh. Yes.
I don't spend money.
It's because you don't have it.
TJ bought shoes that are like $1
Those
billion
were
dollars.
needed. I need shoes.
Really, TJ?
Uh huh.
That was blinding.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
I'm gonna go turn that off.
that's
because
fine now.
I am having a seizure.
Okay.
Like the
Epilepsy.
blinking. Wow, that's nice.
So TJ, what are your hobbies?
Sports.
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 I game occasionally.
Oh yeah, I do like volleyball and softball. Actually, I like pretty much any sport. But
Have you ever
Do you play
played in
disc
a
golf?
basketball league?
yes, I played in cross court.
He's played cross court.
Huh.
and that was
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So I played my last. It was my last year I could be on.
Did you win?
Rip.
What did you?
we
how'd you do?
went undefeated in season, and then we're the first team out in the tournament. So
I know
was
that.
nice.
That's
like-
what happened to me one time.
We were
Actually-
like utterly undefeated.
Except we weren't undefeated. We lost.
My second year in JV,
I scored 10 points in 10 games. So
I scored like
And my last season, I
I
scored
fr-
30 points in one game.
TJ,
in my last season.
that's
I
called
scored
bragging,
like 23.
and we don't do that here.
Yeah, it's true. My
in my
bad.
second year, or my first year of JV, I scored 0 points over like 15 games.
I think I scored 8 points my whole season, my first year.
Nice.
Second year,
Nice.
like 40, and then this last
My
year.
second year, I didn't.
Last year, I scored like 100 and something.
I don't know what I did, but I just did the best I've ever done.
Good job,
My
TJ.
last year.
No one cares.
I
Okay.
care.
Oh, okay.
I care. Good job, TJ.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Do you play disc golf?
I do not.
Do you want to play disc golf?
No, I do not.
I have a friend who is very into disc golf. He has spent so much money, like
Well, you
probably over-
can. There's so many.
Probably
there's
over
so many
$1,000
discs and bags,
discs.
and then you could wipe it.
Disc golf is just something I'm not interested in. It's
It's definitely more casual.
it's hard to throw a frisbee, and then you have to buy the sets, and then
But no, it's a lot harder to play.
What?
Actual golf.
yeah,
That's even more expensive.
probably if I were to start a new sport, it'd be like tennis.
I
Yes,
love
I would
tennis.
play tennis.
Tennis courts are expensive. to
Yes, they
buy.
are.
Yes,
$60,000.
Nick looked it up.
Tennis is a bougie sport.
No.
I'd say tennis is more high class than golf.
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
Well, because it's not.
like everybody plays golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
all the professionals. I seen Steph
Yeah.
Curry playing golf.
Yeah, but nobody plays tennis. Like no casuals play tennis. You don't play tennis casually,
I mean, you
I
almost
have
can.
before.
It's like
but you don't.
you.
But like I'm saying, like serious play. No one casually plays tennis. It's either the
Well,
pros or the rich people.
I played
Yeah,
tennis
I like
before.
rich people play tennis.
I know, but not seriously.
Fair play.
Real question is, what about table tennis?
Table tennis is like D tier.
Poor person.
That's a pretty quality.
It's like,
It's fun.
yeah, it is. I'm just
Just
saying.
not
it's-
very.
What's your
comes-
favorite? What's your favorite like? I don't know how to say it. Like table game,
Activity.
like
Board game?
eight ball pool, ping pong, air hockey,
Oh, pool.
foosball, like
Pool,
stuff like that.
100% pool.
I love pool.
Pool. I'm gonna have a pool table in my house, in my
Yeah.
man cave.
Yeah,
one
man
day.
cave. Yeah.
I'm gonna have like, my man cave's gonna be amazing. But anyway,
Yeah, my man cave is gonna have such a high audio thingy.
really
It's gonna be epic.
high audio thingy. Like you're saying speakers.
Yes, it's gonna be high audio
Or,
quality.
like what kind of speakers?
I'm look. There's some like unless I'm not looking to spend $40,000 on speakers. Maybe
so it's
JBL
not.
synth.
So it's not gonna be high quality.
I mean, you can
Damn
have
good.
non-billion-dollar Polk. You know,
Polk?
yeah, you use
Yeah.
you use some Polk. Like they have nice stuff.
They're B tier.
Yeah, they're not.
They're very good
Crazy.
mid range.
Yeah, like you bought the black colored ones.
Yeah,
You didn't buy the white ones, which look
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
they didn't have them in white. I bought them, and even if they did, I wouldn't. Didn't want them in white.
but they look so good in white.
But it doesn't match with our environment.
I
We
don't
have-
care.
We have a black TV. We have dark stained wood. There's no white would look bad.
I'm gonna live in a trailer park.
I remember when we were younger, teachers like, "I'm gonna live in an RV."
Then I said I was living in a boathouse, which is I think it would be kind of fun.
Boathouse would be cool.
I know, but it'd be awful to
But
live
it'd
in
be kinda
permanently.
cool. I mean,
Why?
No, why would? I mean,
Just go up and down the Mississippi River.
there's n- okay, first off, you couldn't live anywhere near here. There's
So?
no rivers that can.
I'm
hold
thinking
a
if I
boat
would,
out.
I'd go live in Florida.
Okay.
Florida.
Florida, the Everglades,
Yeah, buddy.
alligators dropping
Oh.
on your boat, pythons through your plumbing.
Oh,
My
you
favorite.
gotta get bit in the butt on the toilet.
Yeah, buddy.
Python.
They just goes to flush and nothing happens because there's a python.
I would just go and
Just gotta
grab
feed
it and
one.
I'd have it as a pet. I love snakes.
I mean, not saying
My-
you wouldn't. But.
My aunt used to live at our house, and she had snakes. A lot of them.
Lena,
Yes.
Lene. I can never keep them
I
apart.
think it's Lane. No,
There's Lena
There's-
and Lene.
Yeah, there's
right?
Lena and Lene, and it's
I don't know
confusing.
why
I don't
parents
even
would
know.
do that. That's
It was Lene.
It was Lynn. I remember that.
Everyone in my mom's.
I thought she had.
mom's,
I thought she had a spider. I thought she had a tarantula.
Nope, snakes. Two snakes. One big old snake. It was a big old snake and a tiny snake, and they both
Cool.
died. Rip them.
Nick,
snakes.
what'd you do?
I
Flush him down the toilet?
no, they died in their cage.
Yeah.
I remember watching her feed them rats, and it was scary.
I just remember coming over to your guys' place one time. You were probably like 4,
Uh huh.
but I walked in and she had like that back room. And I remember the door was open. I look in and I literally can't see the floor because there's so many clothes.
Yes.
I remember, and I just remember being so shocked that because mom would like never let me leave clothes on the floor,
Yeah.
and so.
Wow.
But then just the other day, I walked
actually
into my
had-
room and I was like, I'm a teenager. Actually, I'm not a teenager.
I am a
can't use that excuse anymore.
poor person. It's been 2 years.
It sucks.
Yeah, sucks to suck.
So true.
Actually, that was probably when Lene lived in our house. We actually had both of our aunts. It was Lena, then Lene. Yes.
Wait. Oh.
She actually, yeah, that was a
Fancy.
long time ago. So many years ago. I remember when she moved out, I got her room then.
I remember. Yeah. I remember we used to live upstairs. Or
Yeah, that was.
Sleep upstairs.
That was weird.
shared a bedroom
I just remember
with
that
two of my other siblings.
One of them I wanted to marry when I was like 10. I forget which one, but I think it was the younger one.
Yeah,
I
because
was like 10 or 11. I was like, I want to marry her. So.
in TJ.
What? No, that's not what I meant.
She does like she does like.
I was
actual
saying it for
wrestling.
you because you probably thought she was.
No, I loved her personality.
Oh yeah, sure. You're dead.
Yeah, the fighting. She does.
No,
she
I-
does actual fighting now. Like
MMA. I don't.
Yeah.
See, I don't remember which one
Yeah.
is which, so I don't. I can't keep track.
the younger one was tinier.
Okay, I don't
What does that
remember.
have to do with
which-
anything?
I mean,
don't
I was
know.
like, 10. They were both were big to me.
To me.
They were just
Wow.
like they were
They
just
were
like the
grown
big
up and
people. Yeah,
mature.
exactly.
Wow.
So,
Interesting. That's something I did not need to know.
well, you do now.
Ah,
So next time you
you're
see your
welcome.
aunts, you're gonna be like, Zach wanted to marry that one of them. You're not gonna know which one because I don't know which one. But
Well, they're not either. None of them are in too good of a place. So
well, I wouldn't want to marry them now. But
No, not
come on,
anymore.
Zach.
Not the
Be a man. Actually,
how old are they?
I think the one's 25. The youngest one.
25. That'd be fine. Like
Wait,
so
that
that
means if you had 10, she'd have been 50. Wait, she'd been like 15.
I don't. I see. I
You
don't
were
remember
26.
even.
She's probably like 26 or something. I don't
I
remember.
don't know.
So yeah, so it's even doable. Anyway, on to the next. On to the
Zach's
next.
just like gaining knowledge. He's like, I'm watching. Zach, when are you gonna get married? Tell me now.
Probably never.
Poor Zach.
Life is hard, but
No
it
one-
goes on.
It's rough.
It,
Life don't
goes
stop for no
on
one.
and on. That song.
That's not what I was thinking
It
of.
was a song.
I mean, there is a song. I'm thinking of a different "Life Goes On." It's by
Life goes
BTS.
Oh.
Is the correct "Life Goes On" song.
Do you not like
Life goes
the
on.
one by the other one?
No.
Ugh, the new life goes on. I don't know.
Like an arrow in the forest. Anyway.
BTS is not my style.
Oh, they're not either, but they have one or two good songs.
Blackpink all the way.
Blackpink, nah.
Cringe. Cringe.
What's cringe about liking music?
There's nothing. One time last summer, I found a new podcast that I liked, and I listened to 11 episodes in one day.
Okay.
Each like an hour and a half long.
Math doesn't add up there, but
What do you
Almost
mean?
good.
11 episodes at an hour and a half long each.
Mm-hmm.
So you were awake for what, 16 hours?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Spotify
More
just
right.
told me that last time I did the evaluation thingy. I don't remember what it's called.
The Wrapped.
Spotify
I
Wrapped.
mean, like last year.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not.
I remember
I'm not
that
a
day
fan of
'cause we went and
podcasts,
get-
to be honest.
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
hate listening to podcasts.
Well, I listen to it because my job is very repetitive.
just listen to music.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
do that sometimes.
I love
Some-
But
listening to
sometimes
music.
I like a little laugh while I work, and so I listen to a podcast.
This Friday, everyone was gone, so I grabbed
The
aux.
boombox.
Grady's boombox and I
Nice.
blasted music.
What'd you blast?
Coco by PewDiePie.
Mostly PewDiePie.
Oh
songs.
no.
I love that
Oh
song.
no. Go go.
Yeah, I
go,
just heard
go,
it. And it's
go.
pretty good, but
It's a decent song. It's just
It's just
it's
it's
savage.
a song.
It's
Yeah,
savage.
moved on
we should read. We
YouTube.
should read the lyrics out loud.
Come on,
I
DJ.
pretty much already memorized almost the whole song.
Okay.
That is not a good thing.
I know.
We should have a karaoke night. You can sing Coco.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Karaoke night at your house.
I don't memorize all of PewDiePie, or not like the main ones.
the main
Like
PewDiePie.
congratulations, mine all day. The one about
Beef
was-
lasagna.
The only thing I know is lasagna. Congratulations and Coco. That's the only one.
I
Yeah,
know.
Mine All
I know
Day.
lasagna by heart.
Pretty much where this is from, honestly.
What? Mine all day. That's not. That's
Except
100
I
million.
mean, but it yeah, that's but I mean he fully stacked. He used that in the song.
Wow, fully stacked diamonds. You won't see me crying. I'm fully stacked diamonds. That's just
Okay.
Okay.
small lyrics from the song.
You're
Do
welcome.
you guys ever listen to music like that's not meme music?
Yes.
Yes.
Like what?
Lot.
Like
Like-
I enjoy some on some car rides. I like Vixento.
I like
Um,
Vixento.
I enjoy some of what? Who else?
One of my favorite songs. I don't know why. It's Earth Fairies by Derek something. Have you
Derek
heard
Victor.
it? I think so.
Yeah.
I love that song actually.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's so
Derek,
good.
it's Derek and Brandon Victor, I think is how you say the last name, but they do a lot of like, what's the word? Like, not ethnic, but organic is maybe the word. Like soundtracks, like they'll do like Celtic music, tavern music, like a lot of. They're actually really good for like D&D and stuff. They do. I listen to their space music sometimes. like the ambient.
I should listen to more of their music because that's
They're-
the main one I
They're
heard.
nice. They have a pirate album, I think, which is very nice.
My Spotify playlist consists of literally
TikTok
everything.
songs.
No,
That's annoying.
maybe 7, but
I've,
like
I've definitely seen you listening to TikTok
Yeah.
playlist, Bass Boosted.
yeah, yes.
Bass boosted. That might
I
I,
know,
w- I
you
was
look
at
at
work and
every
I
song
needed
with
something to
bass.
distract myself for the next hour or so, so I just blasted bassy music on my really nice headphones. They're really
Gospel
nice.
music all
The
the
PXC
way.
550s?
Yes.
I know.
Or not the
they're-
five. Yes, 550s.
Yeah.
The 2s.
Oh, these are the 2s?
Yeah.
Oh.
Poor.
Wait, what?
I use my AirPod Pro.
Oh, these are the 2s.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I just have the ones. Mine are falling apart. The inside is ripped
Rip.
here, and so they don't
That'd be
don't
good.
sound cancel as good as they used to, which annoys me.
Like
I
that,
love sound
This is actually
cancellation.
$100 cheaper than the originals, and that I love.
Wait, how
those.
much you get these for?
200. But we bought 2 of them, so 400.
I got mine for
300. Or that they cost 300. I don't know how much you paid for them. but-
250, I think. I forget.
Retail.
Wait, so the new ones are less expensive than the.
Yes,
Tell
because
that
they-
to Apple.
That's just
Mr.
they
AirPod Pros.
port
I want to use
to it.
AirPod Pros too. Are they out? I don't know if they're out.
But anyway, yeah, I really like mine.
Yeah.
I used mine.
Sennheisers
for-
are really nice.
Yeah. I think 3 years, like 8 hours a day
Yes.
average. So they lasted.
I
pretty
use
long.
them all the time at work. And it's like 8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
I'll have headphones.
Because you're poor. Like, you use open back, right?
Yeah.
Sennheisers?
Yeah.
For
I have-
gaming?
For my computer, I have the OpenBack, the HD 600, I believe.
Yes. HTC
But
does.
actually, for music now, I use earbuds. I use the Moondrop Starfields.
Oh.
So I actually like headphones. Headphones are just overall better, but there are definitely places where earbuds have
Yeah.
an advantage. Like I
Because-
got them for Bible school, so I'm not wearing clunky headphones the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really nice.
Also, like when you're in bed, laying in bed, it's hard to do that with headphones on.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah.
lay your head down.
yeah,
That's why I just don't.
yeah.
Actually, for the past few months, I've been playing a podcast like before I go to bed because of Spotify has this nice thing called Sleep Timer. So it'll turn
Adventures
off-
in Odyssey.
I love
No.
Adventures. I love to listen.
Actually,
to
the
some today.
podcast that I binged, I listen to that. I'll just put on a random podcast, and it's comforting to listen to people talk and fall asleep to that.
I don't know. I can't stand voices in
Why
my
you
ear.
listen to the Bible? I only did that one time.
Because it's not funny.
I was going to bed. I looked through Romans 13 about 50 times.
Nice.
Nice. The HT 600s are about like the most, I don't know how you call it, the most like level sounding headphones on the market. Like unless you're spending $20,000. Like they have,
Saying,
there's
like,
a guy on YouTube called Dankpods. He does a bunch of sound reviews and like for things. And
Why just watch
He-
Unbox Therapy?
because Unbox Therapy is trash, and once you
I don't
maturing is
wa- I
realizing
The,
don't-
the
unbox-
only good video of Unbox Therapy is when he unboxes the DVLA Phantom. That's a classic video. But other than that,
oh yeah,
he
I
kinda-
don't watch
that
unboxing
speaker, that speaker,
videos.
right? The speaker.
yeah, the $3,000 Bluetooth speaker.
Wait,
That's actually a
I've
dope
seen that one
speaker.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched it together.
You need
Probably.
to listen to that, or you need to watch the video like when you're actually hooked up to speakers or your headphones, because then you can actually hear the bass that the speaker's producing. Because if you just watch on your phone, you don't really get it.
I should buy one. They're on Amazon.
$3,000. Well, that's for the gold. You can
Yeah,
get the
you
silver
need
and
the
the
cheaper
reactor.
one.
But then, if you're gonna do that, what's the point?
Exactly.
Just get 6 of them and just be like all around the room.
Well, you can do that because they pair like JBL.
Yeah,
Pair.
that's one thing I love about JBL. They have really nice pairing. Like, and you can on Android you can just do the thing called that you can connect to multiple speakers at the same time, but there's latency. And-
Latency.
oh
Yeah.
oh, it is.
Latency equals cringe.
Yes. Have you ever listened? Have you ever like, if you've ever used microphones and stuff, like have you ever have tried to do feedback on your microphone through your computer and not directly through the thing? There's just a little. Sometimes there's a little bit of latency, and it's impossible to talk like that.
Yeah.
Like it's awful.
It's awful. Yeah.
Bad stuff.
Bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that two people I know were in a Discord call together, like in a channel, and turns out for some reason I was admin or one of the admins of the server, so I just went and turned the channel's bit rate to like 10 bits per second, and then
Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm gonna
it
be
basically
It basically means the quality goes boom.
it sounds like static when you talk.
honest.
Is
and-
it the normal like 30?
The normal's like 320, and I turned it down to like 10.
Oh my.
And so I held there for like 3 seconds and put it back up, and then I went into the call, and the guy was like, dude, for like 3 seconds there, it sounded like you were talking from 10 billion miles away, but now it's fine. And they had not. I didn't say anything. I just left.
Yesterday I was playing World of Tanks with Denver and Alex, and the headphones came off from the laptop, and I didn't notice. I didn't notice that they even came off and it started going through the laptop. They started playing through the laptop.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Until
Just
Brady
good
came in and
smarts.
was like, "Hey, your headphones are unplugged," and I'm like,
Interesting.
"Oh, okay."
Classic.
Actually, I don't have specialized sound headphones. I use Razer Kraken Ultimates.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go into their Razer Synapse settings, like there's a bass boost setting on there, and if you crank that all the way up and listen to a bassy song, those things are insane. Like it's actually quite incredible. Like it's more than I thought headphones could ever do. Like it was actually insane.
Then that's
Like-
at the cost of.
Cost of perfect sound.
The
fidelity.
cost of even decent sound quality in your song.
It was pretty good. I could feel the speakers whooshing.
Yeah, that doesn't equal good.
I mean, I enjoyed it, so.
That's fine.
All that matters
Can
if
we
you
talk about
enjoyed
how
it.
you have just two phones reflexing?
One's
Yeah.
a work phone.
Yeah, exactly. But I
I
don't
love
care.
so that one's your work phone.
Yeah, this is the work phone.
So
The
more
better
expensive
one's your
one.
work phone.
Why don't you
Yes.
just use?
Because I get business calls. I don't want companies to have my personal number and the drivers to have my personal number because they can go fly a kite. So they call
Whack.
this is my phone.
Is that inconvenient to have to carry two phones around?
No.
You have the
just
same
one in
phone
each
actually, I
pocket.
think. Right?
That looks a lot bigger than mine. No.
Yeah,
No,
they're both Samsung, so there.
Wait. I'm gonna see it back again.
Apple all the way.
This is an S8.
Yes. Wait, it is?
This
Oh.
is a S9. Never mind, I lied.
Yeah, I knew it.
This is an S9.
I have the Plus version.
I have the SE.
And then that one's a Samsung Galaxy S21 or 20.
Neither. It's a Note.
Wait, what? Oh,
It's-
I meant it's a 20.
Okay,
though.
but that
No.
that phone looks
It's
actually
not.
really cool.
It's
I'll give you that.
The Notes don't have S20 or S. It's just a Note.
Yeah.
It's like the Note 6 or 7. I don't know.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's a nice phone.
I'll give you
It's
that.
a bit too big. I like the smaller.
like
phone.
if you
My phone is way too small. I want a bigger phone.
your sister Tiff has the Samsung Galaxy S21.
No,
that
she
is-
doesn't.
Yes, she does.
Well, she
I've
does.
seen her phone. It is a Samsung Galaxy S21.
I am 99% sure she does not have. it.
Nope.
Rich people.
Okay. Anyway,
And that phone is so beautiful because they have really cool colors for that, and it's just lovely. It's like a piece of art. It's no longer a phone. It's just an art piece.
That-
Like, it's
Hanging
actually
up on a
quite
wall.
beautiful. Like with the rose gold trim and stuff, and the lovely camera bump. It just looks. It's just a good looking phone.
Why have your case on it?
on what?
Your phone.
Why do I have one?
Why
on it?
don't you have a case on it?
Because I hate cases.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cases are the worst.
I have
Like this, I got this one. I got the thinnest case I could possibly find. And the only reason I still have it on is because I have my magnet here that I can hook up to my car. But like I hate cases so much.
I have a massive case, but the only reason I still have it is because at work, my pockets get bumped a lot, and I don't like having it not in my pockets. And it just like if you look at the case, it's
Wait,
actually
you have your
just
phone in your pockets the whole time?
yeah, because
Why?
I
Just
'Cause I
set it
don't-
down.
no, I don't like that
No, why?
because I don't like
Separation
it.
anxiety.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. That's what I call addicted.
Well, sorry. Zach, you're 21.
Yes.
Alcohol. What's your opinion on it?
My opinion on it? Are you saying like spiritually, morally, or just
Morally.
morally? I don't think it's wrong morally, but I think it's would be very stupid to drink.
Yes, but is it like? Do you just think like it's stupid and that's the end of it? Like no.
It is. What's the word I want to use here? Would be incredibly foolish, and unwise, and irresponsible to drink.
Write that down, TJ.
Like it's something. Like alcohol is something that has ruined countless lives.
Mm-hmm.
Countless, whether it's their own addiction or the other people. And I'll be perfectly honest. I am 98% sure that I could handle alcohol no problem. But at the same time, I don't know. Why
It's
why
that
am
2%
why am I
uncertainty.
going to take the chance of having another thing in my life to battle, another addiction, when I could just not drink? When there's multitudes of good reasons to not drink and multitudes of bad reasons to drink, and there's like one good reason to drink.
Party.
I mean, literally, that's about it.
What's the one good reason?
We'll have a good time. And then you can argue, is that even a good reason?
Is
It's
that
just-
even a good reason?
If you drink, I'm not like I said, I don't think it's morally wrong necessarily. I mean, it can be very quickly, but but at the same time, you're an idiot if you drink.
Thank you.
So, that's my opinion on it.
Yes.
Not bad. Okay.
What is your opinion on like legalizing like marijuana and stuff like stuff like that like
Marijuana?
It's marijuana.
marijuana?
Marijuana. The J is
Marijuana.
silent.
I can say it how I want to, TJ.
That's true.
I'm not asking you.
I think. I
'Cause-
think it would be smart to legalize it.
Mhm.
Really?
I don't think it's smart to do it, because
If you legalize it, people are going to be doing it more safely, and it's going to be tested, and it's going to be regulated, and no one's going to get meth in their weed. And
well,
it's
not
gonna be
even
more safe.
necessarily that, but like I think I don't even know the statistics offhand, but a large amount of people in prisons now are in there for possession
Yes.
of and most of it's marijuana, and
Yeah.
it's not a smart policy, I don't think, to have marijuana illegal. The other drugs definitely I would say should be illegal, but marijuana is something that I think should be legalized. I wouldn't do it. I don't think you should do it. But
There's the difference between marijuana and alcohol is that marijuana is non-addictive.
that is not true.
There have been hundreds of people that smoke weed every day, and they'll just be like, no, I need a break from this, and they'll just take weeks break, and they have no problem
Doesn't
with it.
matter.
Is
There
weed
have been,
marijuana?
Yes, there have been many studies that show that marijuana is just as addictive as alcohol or any other thing.
But then
Like-
how do people just straight up stop?
People do that with alcohol too. I mean, you can read stories all the time of guys like.
But then
waking up and
what is
saying,
wrong with marijuana?
marijuana is like you're saying morally or spiritually?
Morally.
Morally. Well, I would say that. Well, I mean, they're morally and spiritually like the same way because, I mean, if you're going at it purely from a secular point of view, there's nothing wrong with using any drug.
Yeah.
It's just that it's illegal. That
That's the
there's
problem.
there's nothing wrong. But the reason I would say that that you shouldn't use marijuana, because as a Christian, marijuana is something that what's the word I'm looking for here? It alters what was the phrase? It chemically alters your state of mind. And not only that, but it is something that is addictive, that has been proven, and it is something that, I mean, the same reason, I think it's the same way of how, as Christians, we're not supposed to get drunk. Our body's a temple for God. and getting drunk, the reason it's a bad thing or is because you're in an altered state of mind. You lose your inhibitions or they get lowered. You often don't know what you're doing. It's just not a good place to be in. And marijuana, well, it definitely affects people differently, different people differently. But for the most part, produces the exact same. You will have lowered inhibitions. You will. Yeah,
But
it's a chemical.
Isn't it like I was reading, and isn't it kind of like as long as you, it's not exactly bad. I think it's not a good thing, but it's not exactly like a bad sinful thing as long as you like you're still accountable for everything you do while you're on the thing. Like so, as long this is what I take from it is as long as you're not doing sinful things, like I don't think that it's necessarily like bad, but it's not like you should be doing it.
I mean, you could say the same thing for alcohol. In fact, you could
Yeah.
say the same thing for anything.
Yeah, that's
But
that's
but
what I'm
then
saying.
what I'm saying is it's just like alcohol where is it wrong? Debatable. But would it be stupid to do it? Yes, absolutely. Like it would be utterly foolish to do any kind of drug.
What do you think about in Washington where they decriminalized all drugs?
I didn't know about that.
What do you think about it? Like they have decriminalized. I think it's smart because either way, people are going to do drugs, and it is smarter for you to offer for them to not to legalize it so that people aren't scared to get help to get off of it. Like they're adding all sorts of like rehabilitation centers and stuff and all those things, and with doing that, people are just safer with doing it, and like they have that option now to
Yeah.
go to
From a
rehabilitation.
purely like secular societal point of view, yes, it is smarter to, like if I was a head of government, I would probably be legalizing most drugs because you're exactly right. And then also, when you legalize, the thing about legalizing like cocaine and things like that is, when you legalize it, then it can be legally manufactured, and
But
then
that's-
things like the cartel,
But it's
suddenly
not
lose a lot of power.
legalized.
Correct.
It's decriminalized, meaning like you're still not supposed to do it, but it's not illegal. Like you won't get arrested for
Well,
it.
I'm saying then like making it completely legal.
Yeah.
Now then the problem then is you're going to be like cigarettes, for example, are constantly sued because you're making products that you know are harmful, and then that's that whole. But I still think that's a better road to go down than it being illegal and you having all these problems.
Yes. Big brain movements.
What do you
TJ,
think, TJ?
what do you think?
Good stuff.
Big smarts.
That's what I'm thinking.
Sorry, the intellectual people were talking. TJ.
I was busy listening.
Funny. TJ was busy gaining knowledge.
Yeah.
What's your dream car?
My dream car.
All of them.
Probably like a Koenigsegg Jesko.
What now?
Or Koenigsegg Jesko.
Isn't it Koenigsegg?
Koenigsegg.
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 Is that different?
Jesko.
Or is that the same
No,
car?
same.
Yeah.
Thing. Either that or like a really nice Audi R8. I've always loved R8s.
Have you ever been in one?
No,
I have.
I have never
They're
been.
very cramped, and I don't like their interior. They're,
I want a Rolls Royce.
like they're a really
or a
good looking
Bentley.
car, and they're not that horribly expensive, but like they're not engineered towards a bigger person. Like I was in one, and they're not.
Yeah,
I
Nick's
think,
really
I think
fat.
2019 one, and like their interior did not feel much better than like a
That's
BMW. or
That's
something.
why I wouldn't
Like,
buy a
it-
Lamborghini, because I feel like those are the smaller vehicles.
you can
I would never buy a Lamborghini.
They're not like when it comes to sports cars, Lamborghinis are like the
Lamborghinis are the country
Toyota.
music of
Yeah.
supercars.
yeah, they're bought purely to be like
It's a flex.
yeah.
Except it's not a flex.
It's
I mean,
like
to some people
it's a
it's
flex
flex.
that you're not
Well,
smart and you know how
yeah.
to waste money.
Pretty much.
What would be like a realistic car that you
Realistic car, like
Same car.
a really nice built
Exactly.
WRX.
Yes.
I like the STI Limited.
Yes.
The high edition.
Super
Or
I told my friend to buy one, and he's like, nerd. And I'm like, oh.
But like the thing about WRXs is like you have to do them right, otherwise like WRXs are one of those things where if you do it right, it's really nice, but if you don't, then you're just one of tens of thousands of other douches out there that have a crappy WRX, and it's pretty easy to get them wrong, hard to do them right.
Like, I was. What do you think of BRZ?
BRZ, I don't really like them.
They look really cool with the body kit on them, and they have an incredible sounding turbo, but they're not that powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
TJ, how dare you?
Like the thing about buying like the cheap BRZs, like here's what I don't like about buying cheap sports cars is because the kind of people who buy cheap sports cars, whether it's a Mustang or whatever, is they're guys generally, and this is a general rule of thumb, but they're guys who want the clout and respect of having a fast, cool car, but they aren't either smart enough to have enough money to buy one, or they're not smart enough to see that these aren't good cars. Like in a vacuum, like the WRXs, the Chevy Cobalts, the BRZs, the Honda Civics, the Cadillac ones that all the Amish drive, the Grand Prix, like these are actually decent, fast cars for their price range. But the kind of people who drive them, like for me personally, I would never buy one of those cars because of the people who are associated with them, and yeah, I just like I'm not going to be associated with those people.
What about a Tesla? Would you be interested in buying a Tesla?
No.
Why not?
Well, at this point I wouldn't buy any full electric car.
Yeah.
I'd buy a hybrid, but not a full electric. But also, Teslas are just, it's kind of the same thing. Like, are they bad cars? No. But I don't want to be in that group of people.
What's that group of people?
Like, pseudo-intellectuals who they're smart enough to realize that they want something different than the usual crap, the BRXs, the BRZs, WRXs, things like that. But they're not smart enough to realize that Tesla is the exact same thing, just a step up. So Tesla is like the first the first thing they see that's kind of cool, and so then they just latch onto that and then never look outside of it. Like you see that all the time, like even in music, where people are like, oh, I don't want to listen to country, so I'm going to listen to pop instead. Wow, I'm so quirky. Look at me. Like you're not any better. You're just the exact same thing, just a step up.
So what would you recommend to listen to?
Like music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't like,
See,
what else
like,
is it besides
one thing-
pop, country, and rock?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even know. There's so much. But people, like, lock themselves into this new equals bad or different, and, like, it's such a closed mindset from so many people.
Like, what I get what you're saying, but, like, if you're going to live life like that, you can't do anything. Like,
That's not true.
Like, if
Like,
you...
it forces you, you know what, I live life like that, and I do a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff. Like, I have tried very hard in my life, and it's been this way since I was 12 years old. It's like, I want to be my own person. I want to be my own. And yeah, there's some things where it's kind of difficult, but for the most part, all it takes is you actually have to go out and learn. Like if you just go out, the problem is people refuse to expand their horizons and the borders of the world, and they're like, well, there's nothing else. There's no way you could do this because they refuse to open their minds and actually go out and try new things. You know what I'm saying? Like TJ said, like if your mindset is, oh, there's nothing but pop and country and rap, like what or rock,
Yeah,
like what else
TJ.
are you gonna listen to? Well, of course, if you have that mindset, you are gonna be trapped. There's no way you can do it. But if you instead you go out and actually learn and explore and experiment, then it's very easy to do that.
See, but one thing about Teslas that I think you got wrong is they're like a good car. If
Yeah,
you, like
yeah,
if you
they
said that.
if you no, but like a Tesla is a smart car to buy right now, or maybe not right
Not-
now, but like in the like
In the future,
if, like
yes.
5 years or so,
but
that
not
is
right
a
now.
good car to buy because of how long they really last. The motors for a Tesla are made to last 1,000,000 miles. And they last 1,000,000 miles. So in 1,000,000 miles, as long as you keep the body of the car nice in 1,000,000 miles, if you need to spend $16,000, replace the wheels or the motors, and you can
Well, I
also
feel like
replace the
I
batteries.
feel like most people won't have a car to go that long because I feel like
No, but if you like,
if you would,
The
well, a lot
problem-
of cars can last a while
The-
if you keep it up.
The problem
but
isn't
you don't need to keep up a Tesla. It is simply
You just said
electric
you
mo-
have to keep up the body.
No, I mean if you keep it nice. I never said you had to keep it up.
the problem with Tesla isn't that they're unreliable. It's that they're all electric. That's the problem.
What's wrong with all electric? It's cheaper than gasoline.
It's cheaper, yes, but okay, like say you buy a Tesla, where are you going to charge it around here?
Your house.
So that may be fine, but then you have to install 240 volt.
It's as simple as plugging in a washing machine. You just do that,
Yeah.
and then you plug in your car.
Do you have a 240 volt at your house?
Yes, several.
You do.
Like washing machine plugins, yes.
I don't think washing machines are 240 volt.
No, but it's the same. It's the same thing as that. I don't think it has to be 240 volt.
Like, that's fine. And if you're just gonna drive it around home, that's fine. But the problem is then the second you want to go anywhere away from home, like around here,
Around here, as long as you keep.
I think a
So-
Tesla would be really good if like all you do is
Like-
just drive around
yeah, like
here.
if you're in the city, and like the furthest you go is like 50 miles, that's the Tesla's great.
Like, but with like they're coming up with a lot larger ranges, like 400
Yeah.
to 500 miles. If
They're
you keep
coming
your,
up with
If you keep no, they have 300 to 400 miles. That's like the
Yeah,
minimum.
yeah.
So if you have that, and you keep your car relatively charged, you can make it to several, like many Tesla chargers.
I'm
and
not
stuff.
saying that Tesla isn't a good car. That's not what I said.
The-
What I said was, I don't want to be associated with people who drive those. That's the problem.
Yeah,
and
that's the
there's
problem.
and Tesla isn't good enough to outweigh me buying a gas car or a hybrid or something else.
But why does that matter to you? That like what other people think?
Because what people think is everything. Like, and it's even more than that. It's what I think of myself. Like, to an extent, no, I don't care what other people think. But at the same time, it's like it's my own. It's like my own standards, you know. Like it isn't so much that I care like, oh, he drives a Tesla. It's my own standards of I don't want to be because honestly, most people would not put me, they wouldn't even think of that as like, oh, he's one of those guys. Most people wouldn't even think that. But it's my own standard of saying I'm not going to be like them or whatever. I'm going to hold myself to a higher standard.
So you just want to be better than everyone?
Yes. That's
Oh.
precisely it.
That's interesting.
Because
So like you're gonna go out of your way in life to just avoid groups of people to then be better than them?
yes, to better myself.
Why?
Why not? Why would you not want to be better?
Why would you settle for a lower standard when you can go better?
What, like, I mean, are you okay with you yourself just being here.
No.
So then, what's the problem? Don't you agree with me? Then?
But it's different. Like, I don't have a problem with buying. Like, I know, if I want to buy a car and I like the car, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't care what other people think of who drives that car. That's not me.
Okay.
So, that's just my point. And
I don't necessarily care either. Like I said, it's my own standard because I see those people, and nothing about them is what I want to be or I want to be like. They annoy me. Or whatever it is. I think less of them. Whatever. It's
Like, don't like Honda Civic people have like a certain thing?
yeah.
You drive
But-
a Honda Civic.
But look at the Civics I have. I have a 2017. I have a 1986. Do you see either of those being under that stigma of the Civic? No. It's all the second,
I
third, fourth
mean-
generations that are like that. And that's precisely why I don't have one like that.
but then, what car are you gonna buy?
There's so many cars.
Chevy Impala.
Like there's
Like,
so
but
many.
what?
Like you're saying, like for myself, like
Yeah.
like probably my next car. Well, see, I don't know what my next car is going to be because if I'm married, I'm going to buy a completely different car than if I'm still single.
What if you're still single?
If I'm still single, I'll probably buy some variant of an Audi sedan.
But
And those are nice cars
yeah,
that
Well,
are completely
those are also, every car has their own group associated with them. Audis.
I mean, not
Like,
really.
not
Like,
really.
like if I see
Like-
them driving a Chevy Impala, I don't think, oh, those people. My goodness, am I right?
I mean, like, yeah, but like, if you're gonna buy one of those, like, you're just grouped into. No matter what, you're grouped into
I
a
know
different group of
some
people.
groups are better than others. Some groups
you're
I'm
saying-
fine with being with, and some not.
What about the Audi group? Are you okay with?
Okay, think about what do you think about an Audi group?
Personally,
Yeah.
like if I seen like a nice Audi on the
Yeah.
road, I'd be like, that person is a douche. I'm just gonna say
Why?
that. Because they're driving. I mean, it's not a problem to drive around a nice car, but I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, they have.
Why do you think of Audis as douches?
Well, because mainly like people who buy Audis, like I don't necessarily think of them as like a really budget car.
Yeah.
So I would think more like maybe not exactly a douche, but someone who is like more like just
That's
spending their
better than
money
everyone
not
else.
they just have more money to spend, and that's just
Okay.
it sounds weird now.
What's I'm I'm not understanding the problem. Like that's my point. My point
Yeah.
is like okay, you say the Audi group, but you can't. There's no one that's really like, oh yeah, the Audi people are just the worst. They're just the worst.
But
whereas
I don't
whereas
know anyone
with
who
like
says that about any other car. Like
what,
what?
yes,
This guy
like,
with a
you-
Honda Civic
like
people
for-
are cringe.
Yes, there are many people that
I've
say
heard that. I've
Many
heard
people.
Who?
Honda Civic people. I've seen it
Like-
on
like
the
lit-
internet.
like Mustangs, for example. You go to any YouTube video featuring like Mustangs burning out, and the comments are full of nothing but people who are trashing Mustang people for like for various reasons. I mean, you don't have to spend long in any kind of car setting to know that Ricer Civics and cheap Mustangs have a certain reputation, and those are just like the biggest ones, but the others also have the same amount, like cheap WRXs or BRZs or whatever. The guy with the spray painted Cobalt, like that's all a certain thing. Whereas take for Audi, for example, no one, I mean, yes, there might be that one guy that just hates Audis with a passion, but I don't care.
Yeah, I have your mindset, but like more broad. I don't care. I just
Okay.
don't care.
You're not holding yourself to a high standard.
No, I'm not allowing myself to be affected by what other people think of
Okay,
me. And
I
that's
mean,
just how I live.
that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just think if that
TJ?
car looks nice, I think rich. That's all I think.
Wow.
Tesla, ooh, rich. Rolls Royce, ooh,
Expensive.
rich. Bentley, ooh, rich.
Bentley.
Lamborghini, rich.
Poor.
Pretty much.
Poor people.
But like McLaren F1.
Ooh, McLaren.
Pretty sure that counts as moaning.
Lip smacking?
Yes, the way you were doing it. Anyway,
Well,
Changing subject.
What-
One quick thing. What do you think? What do you think about professional sports? Like, do you follow sports?
Not really. Like I watch a bit of football here and there, and I watch professional Dota, but that's it.
I don't watch professional sports. It's just not what I like.
I would watch basketball, but you have to either get like
You're poor.
ESPN Plus or something, or the NBA Pass.
Do it, TJ.
Okay, that's
Actually, right here,
what I
I'm
wanted to
gonna
know.
play Satisfactory.
Why'd you ask?
Because I mean, I like sports, and I'd want to know how you go on it. Because Nick doesn't like sports, Denver doesn't really do sports, besides like maybe a Dota championship he was talking about a couple days ago.
Okay, I'm ending the podcast.